Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the funny and interesting poem The Power of Music written by Sukumar Ray. In this video we will cover score booster points, themes and poetic devices from the poem. Let's begin. In the opening lines, the poet introduces the main character. Who is the main character in this poem? Bhishmalojan Sharma. He has a very loud and harsh voice. His voice is not sweet at all. His singing was so loud that the sound could be heard from Delhi to Burma. This is an exaggeration. Okay. A funny way to show his voice was extremely powerful. He sang with the full energy and passion. That is a result, or that is the reason why his voice was extremely powerful, okay? As if his life depended on singing. People understood that Bhishma did not want to harm anyone. That is very evident from his side, and people understood that. But his voice was so terrible and noisy that people became confused and shocked. His singing created panic. People got injured and even became sick because of his singing. Okay, what happened to people? People got injured and even became sick. In the next slide, we can see how animals got reacted to his singing. Okay, first point, people begged Bhishma to stop singing because they felt they would die from the terrible noise. But Bhishma didn't care. He continued singing loudly without noticing the chaos. And next 2 points are talking about the reaction of animals. What happened to animals? His destructive singing overtuned bullock carts, horses got frightened and stood frozen on the road. And what happened to animals? Even animals could not bear his singing. They felt disgusted and angry. Dogs whined in confusion. They didn't know what was happening. Even fish in the lakes swam deep underwater to escape his horrible voice. In this slide, you will get the points of how nature got reacted to his singing. Okay, his singing was so harsh that trees started shaking and falling into the ground. The crushing sound could be heard from far away. Second point, birds lost control in the sky and flipped upside down. They show how powerful and terrible his voice was. And please note down all this point, okay? What happened to birds? What happened to trees? Okay. Once again, people pleaded with the Bhishma to please stop singing. So, question can be asked, how many times in this poem people pleaded before Bhishma? Okay, note down and try to find the answer. But he was lost in his own musical world and did not listen to anyone. The sky and heaven also cried. Big and strong buildings collapsed because of his terrible voice. Note down all this point, okay? What happened to sky? What happened to big and strong buildings? Okay, they got collapsed. At this moment, a wise Billy got enter the scene. So let's see what happened to him and what our Billy Goat is going to do. Okay. The brave god attacked Bhishma and made loud noises just like him. The god bellowed and pushed Bhishma down. Finally, Bhishma stopped singing. Everyone became happy because now they could enjoy the gift of silence. The last point, the poem ends humorously showing that sometimes silence is more powerful than noise. Now, let's look at the main themes of the poem. First one is the destructive power of bad music. Points are given there. Please go through the points. Second, satire on talentless artist. Exaggeration and absurdity is the third theme. Okay, the poet uses extreme exaggerations to create a humor. What is the purpose of this exaggeration? In this poem, he wanted to create some humor. Okay, for example, bullock carts overturned, birds flip in the sky, buildings tumbled. Okay, so all these are the impossible things in real life, but they make the poem funny and entertaining. So this kind of absurd exaggeration is special feature of Sukumar's poem. Okay, please note down all these 3 points. People's helplessness, nature's reaction to humor action. These are the other themes. Okay, please go through all these points. They are very important for your 3 mark and 4 mark questions. Okay, then irony is there, and the last as we can talk about humor and entertainment. Go through all these points. Okay. Next slide is about the poetic devices. The main poetic devices used in this poem are personification, hyperbole, and alliteration. Okay, first one, what do you mean by personification? Human characteristics attributed to things or abstract ideas. 3 examples are there. Please go through that examples. Okay, next one is hyperbole. What do you mean by hyperbole? Hyperbole means exaggerated statements. We know that this particular poem, entire poem is full of hyperbole. So too many examples are there. Please go through all these examples. Last one is alliteration. Alliteration means what? Repetition of consonant sounds. Okay, so there are a lot of examples are there. Alright students, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope this explanation helped you understand the poem more clearly. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more easy English lessons. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.